back to episode 34.
Maybe. I don't know. I always get the numbers wrong. I'm not even gonna...
Girl, you make the cover. You got it.
Dude, okay, so what I do is I look at Spotify, and I always make sure that I was like, okay, what number is on the episode, the last episode? And I was like, okay, let me just go on top. And then for some reason I still screw it up. I don't know if like subconsciously like I'm like, oh, it's episode 33, so I put 33 even though episode 33 was last week. That I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so bad.
You had true crime, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was so confused for a second. I was like, I kind of struggle with my story, I won't lie.
I said mine was gonna be short because I listened to a podcast about it and I was like, oh fuck yeah. I was like, this will be like a breeze, like a walk in the park. And then I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it just like I'm done with this. Like, I'm completely done with the story that I did. I'm just like, okay, like at first I thought this person was a bad bitch. But then I was just like, can she like shut the fuck up?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I know you're confused, but like, do you want me to start already, or like, are we gonna talk a little bit more?
We can talk. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else to. I guess we'll see everybody at the hentai convention coming up soon. Like, I don't know.
It's on my birthday. I love that so much.
For a little context here, I don't know where that came from, like how you brought it up, but I went to the restroom, I came outside, and then I just turned a corner and fucking Ray's talking about a hentai convention. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, it's because Daisy and I were talking about conventions in general. I was asking her if she was going to the local convention around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, she told me no, and I told her that I wasn't going to go because, like, I had no motivation. And then I kind of just wanted to go to, like, Anime Pasadena and, like, Anime Los Angeles. And Anime Los Angeles is a 3-day con. I think I might just go 2 days. Not
Expo. No. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, and ALA is, like, the con, and, like, she didn't know, but, like, it's customary for you to get ribbons. Like, if you go to, like, the, like, other cosplayers, they'll give you ribbons. Or if you go to, like, the artist alley, like, they give you ribbons, too. And, like, at the end of the con, week or whatever, there's, like, this, like, it's like a bridge inside. And what people do is they toss their badge over to see how long their ribbons got. Because, dude, these motherfucking ribbons, like, can reach the fucking floor. And, like, it's just customary to do that. And I was like, that's so cool. And a lot of people are talking about, like, how it's probably one of the best cons. And there's, like, a ballroom. There's, like, an anime, like, black tie party.
Yeah.
Like, on Saturdays. And I was like, fuck yeah, like, I want to go. Like, if people cosplay as, like, like, as, like, dressed all classy and shit.
Are you telling me that this beats the overcrowding fire hazard of Anime Expo? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, okay. Probably, yeah.
How dare you?
So
being stuck in that pit for an hour was great.
Yes, oh my god. I'm never gonna do it ever. I was like, the only time I'll go back to Anime Expo is if I get a hotel right next to it and if I go all 4 days, because I feel like that's the only way you can enjoy it. Because then, like, if you're wasting all this fucking time, like, in lines or, like, being crowded like sardines, like, at least you can get to everything that you wanted to do in, like...
What I still can't believe to this... No matter how many cons we go to, is just the lack of basic hygiene. Oh,
my God. Tell me about it.
Like, no... Dude, it's so gross. Being in that pit with, like, nobody... Like, at least half of them not using any sort of deodorant... And Daisy's, like, below, like, the armpit level, and so she's just, like, smelling
How
everything.
Do you think I feel?
Oh, my God. I feel so bad for you guys.
Yeah. I was thinking about, going to Anime Expo again, but, like, having, like, deodorant samples.
The free samples? Like the little, like, travel size.
But I was like, I feel like there has to be like an anime character that's like known for giving like trinkets and shit like that, and like I have to be that anime character.
Oh, there's plenty like that.
But like none come like at the top of my head.
I'll have to. Now I have to look for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about dressing up as the Korok spirits from Legend of Zelda. They like have the little leaf over their face and everything, and like just spray painting like the deodorant gold because they have like these little gold balls that they give out. But I was just like, I don't know. Anyways, I should probably start because I'm hungry. And I'm excited for the food.
Looking more forward to the food.
What? Alright, so this thing is long. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. This shit pissed me off to the point where I had to copy and paste from Wikipedia.
Aww.
Some parts, not everything, but like 2 parts I had to copy and paste because I was like, I'm not fucking writing this shit.
See, I would have done the same thing for mine. If I had talked, the thing I'm gonna cover has such a long fucking history. You know how we cover the history part first, usually. If I were to just cover the history part, it would have taken at least an hour.
Damn. No, yeah. That's kind of like how it was for mine, too. It just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. Because this episode, I am not covering, like, a killer or, like, a rapist or whatever. I'm covering a con artist.
Ooh.
But...
Ooh, our first. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, she... Okay, you know what? She's low-key, like, that bitch, right? But at the same time, like, it's just, like, so much money and, like, so many things. Like, I'm not gonna include every single little, you know, like, fraud that she did. I was
took
trying
25 cents from Stater Brothers.
No. She did not. She did way more than that. Alright, so, Anna Sorokin, she's also known as Anna Delvey. She was, that's her name, my bad, and she was born January 23rd, in 1991. And in 2007, at age 16, she ended up moving with her family from Russia to Germany. Her father became an executive at a transport company until the company went bankrupt in 2013, and then he opened an HVAC business specializing in energy efficiency. She attended a Catholic grammar school, and Eschweiler and her peers said that she was quiet and struggled learning the German language. As she grew into a young adult, she became infatuated with Vogue and other fashion blogs, as well as image accounts like LiveJournal and Flickr. After graduating in 2011, Delvey moved to London to attend Central St. Martin's Art School, but dropped out and returned to Germany. And I was like, oh no, not another Hitler. But no, this is where the story takes place. Jesus. I swear. In 2012, she briefly interned at a public relations company in Berlin. She then relocated to Paris, and she was paid around £400 a month at an internship for Purple. And Purple is the name of a French fashion magazine.
I was thinking about the mattress. The mattress company.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around this time, she adopted the Delvey surname, because that's not her actual last name. And she said that it was based off of her mother's maiden name, but when people asked her parents, they're like, we don't know why she calls herself Delvey.
So she's a little crazy.
Yeah, she's a pathological liar.
In
mid-2013, Delvey traveled to New York to attend New York Fashion Week, through her job. And she found it easier to make friends there instead of Paris. And she decided to stay, transferring to Purple's New York office for a brief time. And just like an FYI, you might be asking, how is an intern getting this money to stay, in Paris or, to stay in New York? Her parents were paying for her rent.
God fucking damn it.
After quitting, she wanted to start the Anna Delvey Foundation, which would be an art foundation and private members club, and was unsuccessful getting funding from wealthy members. Her proposal included leasing the Bride Church Missions house, which had 6 floors, and she planned a visual arts center with pop-up shops, curated by artist Daniel Arsham, which was an acquaintance from her internship.
Mm-hmm.
She also wanted exhibitions of Damien Hirst, Jeff Cooney, and Tracy Emin. She also received planning help from the son of architect Santiago Calatrava. Honestly, these two people are, like, all of these people are too fancy for me to even know or care about.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Okay.
So I'm just like... Because, like... It's like... Because, like, right here the story explains about, like, oh, she attended this party at this hotel. And I'm like, I don't know.
We're not in the same tax bracket.
Yeah, like,
so
I don't know. Like, we probably were in the same tax bracket, but she was con artist. So she was, like, stealing all this shit.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, I don't know what this is. Bro, oh my god. She went as...
You're just so pissed. You're like getting more angrier as you talk.
Dude, she went as far as trying to meet Warren Buffett.
Fuck. Okay.
And she could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. I'm just kidding.
Fucking kids.
I'm just kidding. So, there's this person named LD, and they're a DJ, and they're always around the rich social scene. And they described the strange encounter with Delvey in May of 2014. And Delvey claimed to be a wealthy heiress and bragged about the brand of clothes she was wearing, but she also kept asking partygoers for a place to sleep. After they declined, she slept in her car. At another party that Delvey attended, Dee said that it was maybe the second time that, like, these people, like, kind of, like, met and, like, hooked up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was, like, sitting around on their phones, and she claimed that Delvey acted entitled and mean to people in the service industry. She would also talk shit on people who didn't have many followers on Insta, and bragged that she was going to rent a $12,000 per month 6-bedroom rooftop apartment.
You know, I talked the same shit, but just a 1-bedroom apartment for $3,000. Same shit.
Same shit.
Same shit.
Same shit. Dee also said that Delvey would rely on her acquaintances to pay her expenses, claiming she had forgotten her wallet or that it was an emergency and her credit cards didn't work. She would also shed crocodile tears and they dried quickly when she realized her scheme wouldn't work. In 2015, she met an art collector named Xufu Huang at a dinner party. It's XUFU.
Oh, fuck you too. Fucking bitch. No, let me see.
Right there on the top.
Okay.
Xufu Huang. I'm just gonna call him Huang.
Isn't that Shu?
Shu? I don't know.
Shufu Huang.
Shufu Huang?
Anyway, F you. Yeah. Good old F you.
Shufu Huang at a dinner party. She learned that he was attending the Venice Biennale, which I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's like a party type shit.
Not in our tax bracket.
Yeah. Delvey asked if she could attend with him, and he agreed and booked the flight and hotel room for her on the understanding that she would pay him back. And she never did. The trip was roughly $2,000 to $3,000.
Fuck.
And I wish I was like this, because he kind of brushed it off and thought that she was just like she like is like she just forgot. Like he just.
I just wish I could do that.
I know, right?
Holy okay.
In 2015, Delvey attended Art Basel in Miami Beach, and she had a birthday party at the Satellites restaurant. And after her credit card declined and pics with Huang appeared on social media, the restaurant asked him for her contact info. And this is when he noticed that she always paid with cash and lived in hotels instead of an actual apartment. Mm-hmm. So he blocked her and cut contact with her. He was just like, no thanks. Alright. Bro. She would use Microsoft Word to create fake bank statements and other financial documents to show that she had 60 million pounds in Swiss bank accounts. But she couldn't access them because they were in a trust and she was in the U.S. One of her acquaintances put her in touch with a lawyer named Andrew Lance, and he would then put her in contact with several large financial institutions, including City National Bank and Fortress Investment Group. In November of 2016, she submitted the false documents as per of a loan application for $22 million to City National, and they refused to extend her credit when she failed to provide the source of Swiss assets, and she then applied for a loan from Fortress. They agreed to consider the application if she paid to cover the legal expenses relating to the application. In December of 2016, Delvey was unable to pay. She was unable to pay rent at the church mission's house and it was leased to like somebody else. I don't give a fuck who it was leased to. I'm being honest. It's just like rich people, rich businesses, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. One thing that I can't appreciate though is that she was scamming rich people. And like, I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead of myself, but she's out of prison now. And everything. And like people interviewed her. And like, she still has like that high and mighty attitude after serving like years in prison, right? And like, she's all like, they're just stupid. Like, rich people, they're just fucking stupid. She like played them like a fiddle, and I was like, well, no wonder she was able to make more friends like in the United States. I did quotation mark people. Then in France, you know what I mean? And I was just like, man, like, what does that say? Like, are we really like are rich really that stupid?
Dude, we had them fly to quote space for 11 minutes and then come back down, pissing $55 million for an 11-minute ride. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Fucking Katy Perry.
I know, right? On the 12th of January... Oh, thank you. Yeah. On the 12th of January 2017, she convinced City National to grant her temporary overdraft for the $100,000 on the promise that it would be repaid promptly. And she provided fake AOL addresses for a Peter Hennekaba, and it was her non-existent bank manager. When suspicions arose, she claimed that he died and gave a different name, which was Bettina Wagner. Dilby then gave the $100,000 to Fortress for the loan application, but the managing director at Fortress became suspicious for Delvy's application due to discrepancies in her paperwork. For example, she said she was a German heiress, but her passport said she was born in Russia. Mm-hmm. When the director arranged to verify her assets by meeting her bankers in Switzerland, she withdrew the application.
Damn, caught her up fast.
A month later, the $55,000 portion of the overdraft was not spent by Fortress, and basically, like, they gave it back to her. That money from the application that she didn't finish, I guess. Mm-hmm. And she spent it lavishly on luxury clothes, electronics, a personal trainer, as well as $800 highlights and $400 lash extensions.
Okay. Alright.
She would check into the 11 Howard Hotel in Soho, Manhattan, which costed $400 a night, and she would often give $100 cash gratuity to the concierge, who she befriended, and other employees for simple tasks such as restaurant recommendations or bringing packages to her room. Still, most of the staff found her annoying and said her comments were impolite and classist.
So even, basically, what she's doing is bribing the staff, and even though they're getting a lot of money, they still fucking hate her.
Yeah. She would become comfortable in the hotel and would walk around in leggings or a hotel robe. She would dine in the hotel restaurant and befriended the chef who would charge her food to her room. Mm-hmm. She even treated the concierge to massages, manicures, and sessions with her celebrity personal trainer, Casey Duke. I just googled Casey Duke real quick because I wanted to see which celebrities. Guess who she trained? P. Diddy. Wait, hold up. I'm gonna Google her real quick just so that I
gotta see this. Ain't no fucking way.
What's her name again? Casey Duke?
Dude, and the P. Diddy trials are going on right now too. So fucking
She's an American celebrity fitness instructor and life coach. Hold up. Where's her Wikipedia page?
Oh, you know what? Actually,
And it sucks too because when you search her up on Wikipedia, it says career and then friendship with Anna Sorokin.
Yikes.
She has trained celebrities including Denzel Washington, Dakota Johnson, Julianne Moore, P. Diddy, Iman, Josh Brolin, Maxwell, Rachel Weisz, Kiefer Sutherland, Lenny Kravitz, Baby Rexha, Kate Beckinsale, Bruce Willis, and Gwen Stefani.
Damn, that's a pretty big roster right there. Holy shit.
Yep.
Fucking trained Thanos himself.
Yeah. She was a founding group fitness director at Equinox, a luxury fitness club. She developed fitness programs for Equinox and for corporations in North America, Europe, and Japan. She was a spokesperson for Dove Deodorant, Kellogg's, and Nike, as well as a spokesperson and advisory board member for Simply Skincare. But yeah, so she hired Casey Duke, right? So management soon discovered that she had no credit card on file, so they told her to settle for her $30,000 bill.
$30,000?
$30,000.
Oh my god.
She had a case of 1975 Somme Perignon champagne delivered to staff to keep them on her good side, but hotel policy prevented them from accepting it. By March 2017, she ran out of money and would offer to take her friends out to eat and buy drinks, but would forget her wallet like before.
Oh my fucking god.
By this time, she was already high up in the social scene. And so, like, while this is happening and while she's staying in this hotel room, she's also, like, going out, like, every night and, like, attending, like, parties and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't just, like, lazing around in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Probably during the day, but who knows. So she was already high up in the social scene, and she would then deposit $160,000 worth of fake checks to City National, and she was able to withdraw $70,000. She then wired $30,000 to the 11 Howard to pay the outstanding bill. In May of 2017, she forged a fake wire transfer confirmation from Deutsche Bank for $35,390. It was a fee, basically. And she booked a return charter flight on a business jet via Blade Air Mobility to Omaha, Nebraska, to attend an annual meeting of Berkshire Hathaway. Dude, I told you, all of these things don't make sense because it's too rich for me to understand, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting lost by the names here.
So, yeah. So, basically,
Can't
like...
they just go to, like, a Waffle House or something?
Jesus Christ. So, basically... Okay, so I'm going to explain it in poor terms that we will understand, and for the people listening probably will understand.
Let me break it down for
so
you, Mark.
Basically, the show bank, she basically, like, frauded a wire transfer, like a receipt, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she booked a return flight on a business jet called the Blade Air Mobility to Omaha, Nebraska, to attend the annual meeting of Berkshire Hathaway, which I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't care what the fuck that is. But basically a whole bunch of rich people meet up and dick measure, I'm assuming. So, she had the goal of meeting Warren Buffett, but she was unsuccessful. She later claimed she snuck into a private party at the Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium where she met Bill Gates. But that could probably be a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah. So Blade, the airline, would eventually report her to the police in August of 2017 for failure to pay. Since Delvey still hadn't put a credit card on file on the 11 Howard, they changed her door combination while she was away and put her stuff in storage.
Yikes.
After 3 months, she would move to the Mercer Hotel with the help of her friend Rachel Williams, and she would also stay 2 nights at the Bowery Hotel, sending them a fake wire transfer receipt from the Deutsche Bank. In May of 2017, she invited Casey Duke, the personal trainer, Rachel, her friend, and a videographer to an all-expenses-paid trip to Morocco because she needed to reset her ESTA, which is an electronic system for travel authorization.
Her ESTA. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. I deal with that shit at work. Listen.
I didn't even know what that was.
So I'm gonna stop you right here.
So she booked a $7,000 night ride, which I don't know what a ride is. I'm assuming it's like a fancy little like not a condo type of thing, but like a little villa. I'm assuming, Cause like I looked at photos and it kind of looked like a little villa, and it was $7,000 a night, and it had 3 bedrooms, a private swimming pool, and a dedicated butler.
Oh my.
So
This story is so rich for us.
Yeah.
It's too rich for us.
And it's just like a lot of stuff that I don't. That's why I feel like I had to copy and paste, because like I was frying my brain trying to type out all these fancy schmancy names and all these fucking like numbers, and I'm like, I can't. I was like, just looking at this makes me feel poor, and I'm already poor, and I knew that. But basically, like, she basically had plans to make a behind-the-scenes documentary because she still wanted to continue the Anna Delvey Foundation or whatever. So, shit ended up happening again where she couldn't pay. She was crying and bitching. And her friend Rachel, she asked her, she was trying to convince her to cover for the hotel fees, even though Rachel had already paid for the flights, for the food, a tour of the Majorelle Garden, which apparently is like fancy, and this was also more than her yearly net salary for Rachel, because I think she was just like working for like a small like publishing like magazine too at the time, and I don't think she was like very high up. So, but you know, like she would still attend these social circles because of like the company that she worked for, you know, she knew people. But she wasn't, like, rich at the same time. But, like, she was comfortable. And, basically, like, Anna, she was like, don't worry, like, I got your back. Like, whatever. I don't know why my card's not working. Like, I'll pay for it. So, in the end, she only paid $5,000 back. And Rachel had to borrow money from friends to pay her rent.
Oh, my.
American Express then removed approximately $52,000 of the charges from her credit card. She then contacted acquaintances who Delvey also borrowed money from and learned that they all had different stories of Delvey's parents' alleged wealth, and she realized she was committing fraud. Her scams continued, and she hopped to different hotels just to be evicted and reported for theft, and even cried and pleaded for Rachel and Casey, the personal trainer, for lodging, and Rachel refused. She even interrupted Casey in the middle of a fucking date, too. Like, what a cock blocker.
A bitch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So,
That sounded so mean. Oh my fucking god.
Forget all the money and everything. She stopped her from getting some dick.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's one thing you don't do. God damn it.
Delvey, I don't even know if they actually smash or not. I don't even know if they're still together. That's why I'm just like...
See, now I gotta fucking know all of this shit up.
Who did Kate Duke have a date with on this day? Okay, whatever. Delvey tried to dine and dash at a restaurant at Le Parc Meridian Hotel. She was then caught and claimed to police that she could get a friend to pay the bill in 5 minutes. By this time, the Manhattan District Attorney was investigating her for bank fraud, and she was arrested on October the 3rd, 2017, in a sting operation with the help of Rachel. She was staying at Passages Malibu, a luxury rehab/addiction treatment facility in California. She got Rachel to bring her out to lunch, and LAPD arrested her. So it's like, I love how they had to like bribe her with food. Like, come on, like, I'll pay for your lunch. Like, come out.
To be fair, like, if they just offered me, like, a Jack in the Box combo, I'd be like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Dude, the fucking mozzarella sticks right now, so good.
Yes. Oh, my God.
The Nashville ones with, like, a little bit of ranch.
Stop!
Oh,
my mouth is watering!
Gets my...
Gets your pussy wet?
I was gonna say... I was gonna quote the show, Hey Arnold.
Uh-huh.
I was like, my lady parts is trembling.
I'm still using that now. Oh my gosh.
My bad.
I was telling Daisy earlier that I changed my name on Discord, and it's I Love Latinas.
Is that who that is?
Were you wondering who that was?
Because like I saw it like all over my you know how you could see all the chats and shit on the side.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Dude, I've got DM'd by like 5 or 6 people now. And then, like, one of my friends, like, she's like, oh my gosh, like, your name totally, like, bamboozled me. And I was like, oh, my bad. And she's all like, yeah, like, I thought I had, like, added some incel or whatever. I'm so glad that it's not. She's like, I'm so glad that it's just you. And I was like, yeah, don't worry.
I think in a week, or whenever they allow you to change it, just, I love big booty Latinas. And
No. Like, it's not, like, my actual Discord name. Like, my actual Discord name is still, well, I'm not going to share it, but, like, it's still, you know what it is, but I'm able to change, like, the display name to whatever the fuck I want. Because I changed it, like, 3 times yesterday for shits and giggles. And and then Daisy was all like, I think she was like, I don't know what she was doing right now. I think she was, like, laughing at it or whatever. And one of my friends was all like, do you normally change your names like that and everything? And I was like, yeah, like, a while back I had Shigaraki's, like, cum bucket.
That one was disturbing to look at.
It's true though, but, like, you know.
He's so ashy. He's so pasty.
Stop. He's my type, alright?
That's disturbing.
He's my type.
That's disturbing.
Leave him alone.
No.
Leave him alone.
What about the people he's murdered?
What murder?
Oh my god.
No, but for real, like, ever since he got, like, sexy or whatever with, like, the white hair and, like, the abs and shit like that, like, everybody's, like, simping for him. And I was like, no, I was there since his brat era. I was there when he was, he has,
girl,
like,
he's
abs.
malnourished.
He has abs.
I think, you know what? As long as you're happy.
Thank you.
As long as you're happy.
Thank you. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say on that matter. Alright. A month later, a grand jury indicted Delby on 2 counts of attempted grand larceny in the first degree, 3 counts of grand larceny in the second degree, and 1 count of grand larceny in the first degree. She also had a 1-count misdemeanor of theft of services for fraud loan applications made to City National and Fortress, the check fraud, the cost of the trip to Morocco, and the unpaid hotel and restaurant bills. In December, she rejected a plea deal that offered her 3 to 9 years to Rikers if convicted.
Ooh.
Until the end of the trial, she was in Rikers, where she had 13 infractions for misbehavior such as fighting and disobeying orders, and was placed in solitary confinement during Christmas. At her request, Delby's attorney arranged a wardrobe stylist for her court appearances.
No. Oh my fucking god.
For 2 days, she wore designer. Dude, it was like saying, like, oh, she wore this top and she wore these bottoms and she wore and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. She just wore designer. That's all. I'm not even gonna shout out the designer names. I'm never gonna afford them. They're probably fucking ugly anyways.
One of my biggest dreams, it's gonna be sad. No, I'm gonna be proud of it. If I ever reach, like, a weird famous status and attend, like, a red carpet or anything like that, I'm gonna just wear, like, Marshalls. Just, like, whatever I can find over there.
I feel like if I had to buy something that is actually, like, designer, it would be, fuck.
Be like the Steady Hands cardigans.
Like, okay, like, fuck Gucci, fuck Louis Vuitton, you know, like, whatever. But it was the one, fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's at the top of my head. It's, like, all the jewelry from, like, the anime Nana. Vivienne Westwood. There we go. Vivienne Westwood.
I've never seen or even
Dude, if you look at the jewelry for Vivienne Westwood, it's really pretty. There's also a designer that makes Hello Kitty jewelry, and it's actually, like, it's very, like, scene and emo, like Decora, like that kind of, like, fashion, but it's somehow designer. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, I low-key kind of fuck with it. But, I mean, I would probably want to get, like, at least one Vivienne Westwood item. Like, if I could afford, like, a design, like, something designer, like, fancy, you know?
I think I would just probably get a watch. Just a nice watch.
That's true. That's an option, too. I just really hate how, like, watches, how bulky they feel on my wrist. That's it.
Yeah.
Alright. So for 2 days, she wore designer, and one Friday, she refused to enter the courtroom because she did not want to appear in her jail-issued clothes. Her attorneys defended her during the trial by saying she had every intention of paying her debts and that she was receiving services in exchange for publicity on Instagram. He compared her to Frank Sinatra and claimed she was an entrepreneur by trying to create a golden opportunity in New York.
No.
She was found guilty on 8 charges on April 25th, 2019. The charges were included grand larceny in the second degree, attempted grand larceny, and thefts of services. She was found not guilty on 2 other charges, those being attempted grand larceny of City National and 1 larceny in the second degree relating to the alleged theft of her Moroccan trip from Rachel.
I feel like she's guilty of that one for sure, though.
Yeah, but I feel like, not to play devil's advocate or whatever, but, like, yeah, she lied to her friend or whatever, but, I mean, at the same time, her friend willingly, like, paid for the trip. But what I find so funny is that they're all like, okay, this unpaid bill that you tried to dine and dash from, like, you need to pay that. But the $60,000 you stole from your friend, fuck that. Just throw it out the window. But this bill for this restaurant with these hardworking service people, you gotta pay for it. You see
this fucking IHOP receipt? Pay that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There was an interview before her sentencing where she said, "I'd be lying to you and to everyone else and to myself if I said I was sorry for anything." Bro, she does not give a flying fuck. Like, she served her time, she left prison, and she's still a diva. She's still that bitch.
Where's she now?
I'll get on to that in a bit. She was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in Rikers, and she was fined $24,000 in order to pay restitution of $199,000, including $100,000 to City National and $70,000 to... Whoa, I said City National again. To probably another bank.
Mm-hmm.
These amounts as well, as approximately $75,000 in legal fees related to the trial, were paid from proceeds of Delby's $320,000 deal with Netflix. She has a Netflix show.
Oh my god!
No.
Fucking kidding me?
But she's not in the show. It's like her life story.
It's about her. Yeah, but she still gets like. I
low key want to watch it. Not gonna lie, I low key want to watch it. The court allowed her to keep $22,000. 6 weeks after her... Okay, this is where I copy and pasted it. 6 weeks after her release on parole on March 25th, 2021, Immigration and Customs took Delby into custody for overstaying her visa. ICE held her in a New Jersey County jail to await deportation to Germany, which she legally contested. An immigration judge ruled out that if Delphi were freed, she would have the ability and inclination to continue to commit fraudulent and dishonest acts, so they kept her in the U.S. In January of 2022, Delby tested positive for COVID in jail and was placed in quarantine. While still in jail on March 1st, 2022, she joined a class action lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, and she alleged that ICE refused multiple requests for a COVID-19 vaccine booster, and she had received the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine the previous April. In October of 2022, Delby was granted a $10,000 bail bond and was released from jail.
Oh, shit.
She was required to remain in a 24-hour home confinement with electronic monitoring and no access to social media. Her house arrest was being served in her 470 square foot apartment in East Village, Manhattan. Early in 2024, Delby was allowed to move her house arrest to the Hudson Valley home of her friend Kelly Catrone. In August of 2024, Delby's access to social media was restored. I follow her on Instagram. She has 1 million followers.
No.
And her house arrest was extended to a 75-mile radius of the home. There's a few books about her life, an episode here and there, and even a fucking stage play.
What?
Yeah. Somebody in London was inspired by her and decided to make a stage play of her life. A pop-up group show called Free Anna Delvey ran at 176 Delancey Street on Lower East Side of from March 17th to March 24th, 2022, while she was incarcerated. And the show incorporated art from 33 artists inspired by Delvey, including Noah Becker, publisher for White Hot magazine, and each piece was listed for the sale of $10,000. And then it's basically talking more about the artist or whatever, but I genuinely don't give a fuck. So, let me just skip this part, because this is the part that I just copy and pasted from fuck whatever. On May 19, 2022, while Delvey was incarcerated, she allegedly opened, in a nightclub on the second... Wait, what? Hold up. So basically, like, when she was incarcerated, there was a nightclub, and basically, like, it was just, like, an homage to her, essentially. So basically, like, they had, like, her drawings there, like, in gold-plated frames. The people were wearing, like, Versace glasses. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know why, but she... That's why I kind of say she's that bitch, because she faked it till she made it. Because now she's, like... She's up there now. Mm-hmm. You know? Okay, and you wanted to know what she's doing now, right? Mm-hmm. In 2023, she walked in New York Fashion Week. She walked in New York Fashion Week. Just... With her ankle monitor, mind you. She's walking down the runway in her ankle monitor. There's videos of this. And in 2024, she was in Dancing with the Stars. And she still couldn't take off her ankle monitor. So she had it, like, bedazzled on the fucking show. In 2022, she was prohibited access to social media, and it was lifted last year in August, like I said earlier. She even had a boyfriend for 2 years and kept it private, but then they broke up because he moved to the United Arab Emirates or whatever. And she gave hint of who her ex was. And basically she was all like, oh, he would do like TED Talks here and there, shit like that. But if you want me to reveal who my ex is, there's a bidding. She would reveal him for a fee. And the bidding started at $10,000.
She's fucking scamming again.
But Rachel revealed her boyfriend was Hunter Lee Soik. Whatever. I don't know who that is. I didn't Google him. And that's it. That's it so far. Dude, she was like just released. Like, hold up. Let me look for her social media so I can show it to you.
Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, what?
It's Anna Delvey. The Anna Delvey. And then I watched like a little bit of like a 60 Minutes. And she was basically talking about, like, how stupid American rich people are. And how, like, easy she was able to, like, fiddle with them. Dude, look at, she's literally fucking posing with that ankle monitor, man.
Oh, this is her man. So, allegedly.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
You know, she is stunning.
She's stunning. Okay, look, I'm reading the comment section of one of her posts. This profile of Dolby goes beyond the usual fluff piece to a rather unethical and irresponsible display of fan service given the author's psychophantic admiration. Refusal to acknowledge that Dolby spent 4 years defrauding multiple banks, hotels, restaurants, institutions, casual acquaintances, and friends in lieu of treating it all matters of ambition and audacity is ludicrous given the court convictions are based off of vetted evidence and not your perception. The choice to focus on Delby's vaunted reinvention versus rehabilitation is the stuff of sociopaths. The gall to use terminology reserved for victims of persecution reclaiming her narrative when she was caught and convicted of using lies for gain is apparent. In the end, the article doesn't reveal that she's actually doing anything. It all sounds like the usual posturing that led to her incarceration. So I'm assuming, like, she was being interviewed for a magazine. Uh-huh. Yeah, so she was taking pictures. She was, like, on the cover of a magazine. And then somebody commented, "Eat the rich." And then she replied to that person that says, "Prime example of an extreme moron." And then somebody added her and said, "Do you have anything of substance to use as a response? This person is totally correct and was able to make good points without calling you a single name, referencing what you did. Not only are you incapable of responding intelligently, but you also seemed... But you also seem to have not learned a thing, but oh, how glamorous you are." She replied to that person and said, "Opinion discarded."
Okay, so...
And then that second person replied back to her and said, I guess it really is easy for a manipulative, conniving narcissist to discard opinions, as well as people, even those you claim to care about, huh? All people are a means to an end for you, and that is sad. Hope you are able to seek help for those destructive traits. Kissy face and hug emoji. And then she just replied to her, take your own advice.
What? But
She just does not give a flying fuck. This is her world and we're just living in it. She's gonna catch the wrong one day.
She is. She's...
Or maybe she might not because she's... Oh, wait, no. Probably yes, because if they're rich, they could probably hire somebody to kill her. If she pissed them off that much, depending on who it is.
And the fact that, when she started doing this, it's easy to do that. I'm going to say it's easy to do it because you're not well known. Now there's a huge spotlight on her. Everyone knows what she's done. Everyone knows what she's
But she doesn't give a fuck because she wanted the spotlight on her the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted the spotlight to her, and she basically faked it till she made it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. She wanted to be famous. She wanted to have money. She wanted to have a social standing. She wanted to attend parties. She wanted the glitz and glamour. So she faked it. She paid for her time in jail. Probably didn't learn a fucking thing. And then because of that, she's, she's making bank now. Because of how iconic she is. She was even sued by, the district attorney, too. Because she tried selling the rights to her story. And then they were like, no, you can't do that. Because apparently there's, a law in New York where people that are incarcerated, that were incarcerated, they can't sell, the rights to their stories. Which I think is a good thing, especially for, killers.
Mm-hmm.
Actual killers and everything, so that they don't sell the rest of their stories and they don't disrespect, the victims or whatever. And I mean, obviously, she does have a victim and a few victims. I'm talking about, the friends, not the restaurants or the businesses. Because they're rich. They're rich. They could bounce back from it, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, that friend, Rachel, dude.
She kind of fucked over Rachel pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah. She fucked up a lot with
But
Rachel.
you know what? At the end of the day, not our tax bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Not our tax bracket. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Too broke to care.
Too broke to care.
Too broke to care.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna affect me. And at this, you know what? What that person said, eat the rich. Eat the rich.
Okay.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I don't hate the player. I just
those
hate
are
the
the vibes. Those are the vibes she gives off.
Okay, so mine is gonna be the beginning of it's gonna be a little bit all over the place. Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Just because. Oh, okay.
No, don't leave. Michael, don't leave me here.
Just because I didn't add. It's just I'm gonna try to give you a brief rundown of the history, okay? Because of how much it fucking is. So, to begin, at least, I'm doing a castle.
Ooh.
Edinburgh Castle in Scotland.
Ooh.
Yes.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that our first castle? Yes.
Is it?
It's a first for everything in this episode.
I guess so. Look at us.
Look at us.
Erected on an extinct volcano that has risen over 350 million years ago, called Castle Rock at this point. The castle has been Scotland's longest continuously occupied site.
Ooh. It's alright. I had a whole bunch of tongue twisters on my story too.
Archaeological evidence suggests that Edinburgh Castle has been occupied between the late Bronze Age to the early Iron Age, so around 3000 to 500 BC.
Oh shit.
Though it's hard to pinpoint the castle's earliest known occupation.
BC?
BC.
BC?
BC. Yes.
What the fuck?
It is
before Jesus Christ was born?
Before Jesus Edward Christ himself, alright?
Jesus Christ.
So, the reason why I'm not going too deep into the history is because
it's fucking old at the end of the day.
It's not only is it old, a lot of it is also kind of hard to pinpoint.
Because it's old.
Because it's so old. When I started looking at it, there were talks that like the Romans were trying to invade the castle at one point, or the land.
What's new?
So I was like, but I think it was like mostly speculation because even like the article I read wasn't sure about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna add that.
But you just did.
Bitch. So all you need to know is that from the date that I mentioned to like to like maybe maybe it's like the beginning early of like the 1900s.
This is rough, buddy.
It has been currently seeing war, bloodshed, prisoners of war, political destruction, constantly left and right.
Slay.
Like so much has been happening at this castle. It's had like no rest.
Poor castle.
I think if I remember the article right, like it still has I think like military outposts on it. It's like the 1980s I think 1990s for like a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that was recent.
Yeah, because it was.
Was it like our actual like modern day military?
Not our military, okay. But Scotland's military.
Well, no shit. That's what I was talking about. But I'm talking about like modern day military.
Yes,
like,
yes, absolutely. Yes,
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of like how they were using like the casino as like a military base too. Or shit. Okay.
Okay. So a place used for strategic advantages, military garrisons. Well, I fucking put it here, which is still currently to this day in still use. A place for England's royals to visit and stay, and even a few revolts have seen these castles' walls.
Boo.
Centuries of war, political battles have shaped the history that makes Edinburgh Castle one of the most haunted castles in Scotland. One of the souls that haunts the castle walls and a small chapel is known as the Grey Lady.
Ooh.
Yes. A tragic story of a 16th century woman by the name of Janet Douglas has been roaming the castle's oldest areas and weeps as she roams.
Oh.
Well over...
Is she wearing white?
So, actually, I'm going to hit this right now. She kind of haunts like two locations. Like two castles.
So it's the twins. Phasmophobia, I'm sorry.
I was like, didn't I die by the twins?
Huh?
I did, didn't I? Lighthouse.
Probably.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
Dude, the three of us died, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was on easy mode too, I think.
I fucking hated it. That shit scared the fuck out of me.
But you got your little card.
Yeah. So, Janet comes from a family that has like a different castle somewhere else in Scotland, and because of what happens to her in Edinburgh Castle, they claim that they see both of her ghosts. So in one castle and one of the other. In some reports, she comes out as like a white apparition sometimes too. So a little bit over 300 years ago, King James V of Scotland had a burning hatred for a specific family, the Douglas family. And that's because when King James V was younger, Janet's brother, Archibald Douglas, was the stepfather to King James V. Archibald had sent young King James V to prison. When he eventually got out, he sought out the family and had them summoned for treason in December of 1528.
Damn, he's a little emotional right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it gets worse. In that same year, Janet married a man named John Lyon. Lyon? Lyon, Leon. Who accused Janet of poisoning him, but the charges were dropped.
Don't you mean lion?
I think it's...
Lion.
Leon? I don't know. Because isn't there a Leon in Mexico?
Yeah, but that's Leon. Trust me. I love CNCO, and one of the members, his last name is Leon. It's Lion.
Right.
Lion.
Yeah.
They're European, bro. Lion.
Right, my bad. John Lion. Okay. So the charges were dropped. July 17th, 1537. King James V accuses Janet of witchcraft and was accused of plotting to poison King James himself. Though no evidence was ever brought to confirm the king's claims, Janet was held in a dungeon underneath Edinburgh Castle.
Oh.
Locking her up was one thing, but King James couldn't make Janet confess to her actions. He instead had a different means to get a confession from her.
Oh no.
He not only imprisoned her family, but any known associates, like servants, and tortured them in front of Janet. Janet gave in to a confession, which gave King James V the green light to burn Janet at the stake on July 17th, 1537.
Damn.
She also has a kid at this point, and that kid had to watch.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, it's really bad. Legend has it that Janet roams and haunts the castle's small chapel, and roams her family's castle, the Glamis Castle, belonging to the Lyons. Her husband's last name is said that the Glamis Castle, in their chapel, she can be seen kneeling at the altar. People who have reported seeing her sense an immense sadness and desolation. As time has gone on, the chapel is still used to this day. A special seat has been saved for Janet, for her spirit to use. No one has been allowed near that seat.
Damn.
That's the end of her. Another spirit that haunts the Edinburgh Castle is a ghost of a... I forgot about this one.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah. This ghost is the ghost... How do I... Okay. A spirit that haunts Edinburgh is the ghost of the dung prisoner.
The what?
The dung. Or as he's called, the castle's unluckiest prisoner. The story of this one is that the apparition of this ghost smells of shit. And very frequently tries to push visitors over the castle's ledges.
I do that too if people were saying that I'd smell like shit. What the fuck?
The prisoner was once held in the castle's dungeon when it was dark, nasty, and rat-filled. Desperate to escape, he tried to hide in a wheelbarrow of manure, aka shit.
Real.
Where guards would come to clean up the piles of shit on the floors to drag it out.
Poor guy.
This prisoner made his way into the wheelbarrow, hoping it would be taken out and thrown out like on a field.
Mm-hmm.
Little did he know the shit was being thrown out over the castle's ledges, where he would meet his fate falling on the sharp rocks that holds the castle together. So they threw him and the shit onto just a horrible fate.
If we ever visit this castle, I'm gonna be like, what the spirit box? I'm gonna be like, so, are you the shit or the fart?
Do you be shitting?
Are you the shit or the fart?
I completely forgot I had that guy. Oh my god.
I feel like me trying to convince the ghost, like, don't worry, like, you're the shit. Like, that means that you're cool now.
I would be like... I would just go in with, like, a Febreze, like, this is help, and I'll just spray it. Okay.
An incense candle, like, here you go, sir.
So next are the two best known spirits, which are soldiers, the piper and the drummer. Many years ago, a bagpiper was sent to explore the underground tunnels of the castle, as he played the pipes with several soldiers right behind him, following the sounds of the music. Eventually, the sounds of the piper went silent. The fellow soldiers followed the sounds where the piper was supposed to be, only to find the tunnel was sealed off. It collapsed. The piper was never seen again. To this day, people can hear the sounds of his bagpipes being played underneath the castle. Also, because the tunnels were going... Basically, there's a town right next to this castle called Old Town. You could hear it, like the bagpipes playing through the town still.
Whoa.
Like, even further out than the castle itself. The second soldier...
Bro's on a mission.
Yep. That haunts the castle is the headless drummer. This ghost was first seen in 1650.
So no head?
Bitch! Fuck, that's clever!
I'm sorry, I didn't know what's up with me.
Fuck, that's so good! God damn it!
I don't know what's up with me, man. I'm on a roll.
Fuck. I didn't even think of that. Okay. That's good.
We
That's
need
really
to visit
good.
that place.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit by Son ahead.
Oh, fuck. That's good. Okay, so, first appeared in 1650. His headless spirit appeared drumming a signal that the castle was going to be attacked.
Oh.
And it was soon attacked. And now, when this headless drummer reappears, people take it as a sign of danger.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. I was thinking of, like, you know how, like, the bagpiper or whatever? I thought it was, like, a cool, like, drummer that's like, whoa, I'm in a band.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about, like, the British are coming, you know, like, shit like that.
Yeah. So now his spirit is now known as the Harbinger of Danger.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool ass.
You know what? That's actually pretty sick.
That's a cool ass nickname.
Pretty sick.
Dude, this fucking castle has been, like, it's been through way too many fights.
Mm-hmm.
I should have added it on here just because it was I don't know, I'm still gonna add it because it's a cool fucking fact. Around like I think it was like the 1500s, there was like a small civil war happening.
Slay.
And it took, basically it was between, the king and the people inside the castle. When the people revolted, I think it took like 30 minutes to overtake.
Good.
The castle.
Good.
Yeah. So I mean, that peace only lasted for like a few months, and then like the king took it back, and there's another revolt. That took a few more months, and power play, whatever.
Yeah.
But 30 minutes is pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the last spirit, they call him the ghostly good boy. Though I couldn't find a lot about him, there are reports of a scruffy black dog seen wandering the castle. Though, as you can imagine, visitors claim the spirit as very friendly.
Aww.
That's what I got.
I want to meet that ghost.
I want to meet the shitter.
I want to meet the headless. So no head. Dude, I don't know what came.
Oh my god, that was good.
No, that was good. That was pretty interesting. Holy shit.
Yeah, I just. Hold on, look. Let me just show you.
Is there like a History Channel like episode in this?
I didn't look at that.
Can you send me like a screenshot of what it's called? Because I want to Google it. I want to learn about the history now.
Yeah, hold on, there we go. So let me just show you what it looks like at least.
Is it that castle where people like peek their head out of the ledge and kiss the stone?
No, I don't think it's that one.
That's beautiful. It's giving very much.
Oh look, this is the old town right here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit fucking pissed me off though with all these fucking numbers and all these rich places. Dude, I was beyond like furious just writing this shit. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm jealous or if it's just because like I'm just too stupid to understand these places, these social events. Like, I barely know what New York Fashion Week is. I still don't know what it is properly.
I think I'd be more pissed about the fact that she can just get away with all this shit. And at the end of it...
Well, she paid, technically, but, like, she's
kinda
still paying for it.
No, but now it's like... To have a 75-mile radius on your ankle monitor, that's a big fucking part. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking mileage right there. And in New York, you can do a lot of shit in 75 miles. I guess that's not really punishment.
It's not. But at the same time, she did it to rich people, so I don't give a fuck. I just low-key feel bad about that Rachel chick.
Yeah. No, she had it the worst.
Yeah. But rich people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They could bounce back from it. That's like...
Give them a day.
That's like $50 for them, probably.
Yeah. If they just pick themselves up by the bootstraps and...
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
I love, too, that she would, like, give $100 to, like, the service industry.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they just still did not like her. Because she was just such a bitch.
Yeah, but that's also... That whole thing is, like, basically covering her tracks. It's to make her look good, and then it's also to make her look like she has money. It's smart.
Yeah.
Like, it's smart.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact they just did not like her, too. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
She did good.
Yeah. Let's go eat.
Bet.
All
Let's
right.
go eat.
Alright, thanks everybody for stopping by for episode 34 of the Caffeinated Creeps
Woo!
podcast.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Bananas, we didn't even introduce ourselves either.
Oh shit!
No, this has been like 2 episodes. We haven't done that.
Really?
We haven't just like no proper intro. We just been winging it.
I feel like I've been kind of thinking about what proper intro to make, as well as cause you know how like, Dungeons and Daddies, you know how like in the beginning, they always give like a content warning.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's something that we should do.
Yeah.
And I feel like it should be like something that we can like clip and save so that we don't have to say it every time we start.
I can.
Right now I'm just thinking about bathing in that Wingstop Ranch.
Yeah, and then, dude, I'm getting pretty far on like Dungeons and Daddies. I think I'm like episode 19, 20, I think.
I think I'm around that episode, but on season 2. Nicole keeps asking me. She keeps stripping 2 characters together. 2
19.
boys.
Oh wait, nope. No. I'm on the interlude. The Witch is Dead.
The Witch is Dead.
Yeah.
With
like the one shot.
That's pretty good. I like listening to the one shots too. They're interesting in and of itself. I'm on episode 21 of season 2.
Damn.
There's 3 seasons.
Damn.
The 3rd season's going on right now. I asked Nicole, I was all like, the season 1, I was like, season 1 and 2 are like kind of related. They're not that they're related, but they're based in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is season 3 based in the same universe? And they're like, no, it's completely different. And I was like, damn. Because I kind of like, okay, season 2 isn't as good as season 1. I can admit that for sure. Without a doubt. That season 1 is way better than season 2. But it's still good. There's times where it gets a little bit slow that I don't really want to listen to it, but I kind of force myself to listen to it.
Damn.
Yeah. What's it called? It's because there's just one character that I can't really stand, which is a character that Nicole didn't like either. But Nicole just didn't like her because she just didn't like her and because she was just like a bad character. Mm-hmm. But I don't fucking like her because she's a fucking poser.
Is it still the same cast or is this like different?
Same cast.
Same cast?
All even season 3, same cast.
Okay.
Same cast and everything. What's it called? Yeah, I don't know about season 3. I don't know if Anthony is still the daddy master. But what's it called? Because at the end of season 1, there's like a 3-episode one-shot. And Will is actually the dungeon master.
Oh shit.
And Anthony is one of the characters.
Okay, yeah, I can see them. I can see them like rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. As soon as they go live, man. Once they start doing live shows again, I want to go. Okay.
So, I guess we also have to do we have to figure out and script a proper outro too.
That's true.
Thanks everybody for.
Beginners.
What?
Nothing.
Thanks everybody for stopping by, listening, supporting. It means a lot. Truly. You know.
Eat the rich.
Yes. Eat the rich. Unless we become rich, you know.
Yeah, don't eat us.
Don't eat us.
I mean...
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! I'm gonna have to... Oh, coming to a hentai convention near you, obviously.
Fuck rich people, but being rich. I mean...
Then you can eat meat. Wait, no, anyway.
Yeah.
What a terrible outro. Thanks everybody listening. Stay caffeinated, stay hydrated, and we'll see you guys on episode 35.
Hell yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. Talking about eating us out. What the fuck?